Hey, my name is Barbara Mitchell, and for the assignment Spring Songs, I have chosen to read The Very Bumpy Bus Ride by Michaela Mutin and illustrated by B. Wiseman. And I have a bus as a prop. But it's sitting beside of me. The Very Bumpy Bus Ride. The Rumbletown bus stopped at number 1 Bumble Street. Miss Fitzwizzle climbed on board, carrying her prized strawberries to the county fair. The doors closed with a swish, and off they went, bumping and bouncing down Bumble Street. My, said Miss Fitzwizzle, this is a very bumpy bus ride. Suddenly the bus bounced to a stomp. Honk, honk, the bus driver sounded his horn. Honk, honk yourself, answered a gaggle of geese. Is this the bus to the county fair? Yes, it is, said the driver. So the gaggle of geese waddled onto the Rumbletown bus. At number 4 Bumble Street, Mr. Flapsaddle climbed on. He was carrying 2 bottles of fresh cream to take to the fair. Good morning, Mr. Flapsaddle, said to a goose nearby. Honk, honk, the goose answered. When the bus started with a jerk and off they went, bumping and bouncing down Bumble Street. My goodness, cried Mr. Flapsaddle. This is a very bumpy, noisy bus ride. When the bus stopped again, it was for Granny Smith's pickup truck. My truck won't start, Granny said, and my cat Crabapple and I have a load of prize apples to take to the county fair. Don't worry, said the driver. We can tie your truck to the back of the bus, which is going to the county fair. Good idea, said Granny. So they tied the truck to the back of the bus and off they went, bumping and bouncing down Bumble Street. Hang on to your whiskers, Granny called to Crabapple. They hadn't gone far before the bus stopped again. Move, the driver called to a cow. Move yourself, the cow answered. Is this the bus to the fair? Yes, it is, said the driver, so the cow climbed on board. The last stop was at number 6 Bumble Street. Billy McNeely was waiting to take his pet goldfish, Herbert, to the fair. Herbert could swim in perfect circles, and Billy was going to enter him in the pet contest. They squeezed onto the bus, and off they went, bumping and bouncing down Bumble Street. Jumping jelly beans, cried Billy McNeely. This is a very bumpy, noisy, crowded bus ride. Suddenly the bus stopped again, but this time it did not stop for a passenger. It did not stop for a gaggle of geese, a cow, or a broken down pickup truck. It stopped for a hill, a big steep hill. Everyone out, the bus driver called. We can't make it up this hill. But how will we get to the fair? Granny asked. I'll pull, said the cow. We'll push, the other said, and we'll honk and let everyone know we're coming, said the geese. So they huffed and puffed and pushed and pulled and honked and mooed, and finally the Rumbletown bus was on top of the Bumble Street hill, and there was the county fair at the bottom. Hooray! Everyone cheered, but before they could get back on the bus, it started rolling down the hill all by itself. My bus, cried the driver. My strawberries, cried Miss Fitzwizzle. My cream, cried Mr. Flapsaddle. My apples, cried Granny Smith. Herbert, cried Billy McNeely. They all ran after the Rumbletown bus. It was rumbling and roaring and jiggling and jostling, and bumping and bouncing faster and faster down the Bumble Street hill. Crash, bang, clunk, pop, the bus stopped right outside the Rumbletown County Fair. Oh no, everyone cried when they saw the strawberries and cream and apples all over the bus. And Herbert wasn't swimming in perfect circles anymore. He was hopping up and down. The judges came out to see what had happened. One judge whopped some strawberries off the bus. Delicious strawberry jam, first prize, and he handed Miss Fitzwizzle a blue ribbon. This is the best whipped cream I ever tasted, said another judge as she handed Mr. Flapsaddle a blue ribbon. Granny Smith won first prize for her applesauce, and Billy's fish Herbert won the pet prize after all. He was the only fish at the fair that could hop instead of swim. Everyone clapped and cheered. Then they all had a wonderful time at the Rumbletown County Fair, and it was all because of the Very Bumpy Bus Ride. Thank you.